That muddy bit just at the bottom of the hill there seemed to be pretty sticky.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
And then that happened.
So that's not puppy loading.
I winched myself over.
Whereabouts is he?
Bottom of the big hill near us.
The garage on the other map, if you go up the road and take the garage, it comes up where you guys are, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll go and grab a crane.
Maybe leave the crane round there when we're done. I'll just do a top gear.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Well, there's not a lot else I can do if you're grabbing a crane for him.
You grabbing the crane, Simon?
Yeah.
I've got the Tata and Sip getting back on his wheel.
Actually, a proper top gear. I could have reversed down the hill, gone heh heh, and drove off. That's what they'd have really done. That looks really bad. Okay, see you. How do mods work for co-op play? I think you have to have the same mods installed. That's how it normally works.
Teleporting.
Hacker.
No.
Yeah, hang on. /fly. There we go.
I'm clear.
Okay.
It's very pretty up here, though. Yeah, the maps are pretty, but I just like this one with the snow and the rocks and the... It's very... I don't know. The lighting as well, I guess. It's really Rob, thank you for 46 months.
How did you manage to do that, Tom?
I think he said he winched himself over.
myself over.
I think maybe he winched onto the wrong tree or something. Indeed, Jesse Juice.
Thanks, puppies.
So which planks are you getting there, pups?
They're already on my truck.
What, all 4 of them?
2 of them,
So-
yeah, I can only fit 2 on.
Yeah, but where are you getting them from? The one near the
was
oil
just-
barrel?
Yeah. It should be empty.
Yeah.
Tom, is your truck glitched into some rocks or something?
You're able to double stack in this game to save the trip and fuel cost. How do you double stack PC gaming? I gotta be honest though, that when I have metal on the back of this thing, if I'd have double stacked that, even if I could, it would have been so unstable.
It might just be better to drag him down to the bottom parts.
Yeah.
Before you guys came to this area, did you go through the government mandated isolation until you got a negative COVID test? If not, you have a fine you 750,000 Canadian dollars. What?
Send me the bill.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is just a game. You're able to double stack so you're not taking multiple trips.
He says, are you able?
Oh, are you? No.
So me, no!
You can, but it means that it won't be attached. And if you flip, then it's ripped.
But I'm going to drag him down to the bottom of the hill, so... At this point, if Paul can get back in and reverse down the hill, you're probably better off loading onto Paul.
Well, yeah, I'm about 5 minutes away.
Dopey, can you move your truck a little bit?
How did they let pups into your country? Enjoying the stream from the truck in glorious sunshine, Andy. Nice. It's a very nice day.
Do you mind if I put my headlights on, sir?
No, you carry on, mate.
Near the top of the hill now.
Well, there's
You see your headlights.
a non-PG way of describing what's at the bottom of the hill, so...
Right, I'll just turn around and reverse down there.
Pups, if he's taking my metal beams, why don't I just recover?
Go for it, because I got you back on my
When
wheels
we
and
were
you just
talking about
teleported me.
kebab earlier, I mentioned capsalon. It's a Dutch thing with chips with meat on top with melted cheese on top and salad and sauce. You and pups would like it. Looks like this.
Oh, okay, I'm just going to pass quickly, son.
Capsalon. It sounds like caps lock is on. That's what that sounds like. A Dutch thing with chips with meat on top.
Left side of me, please, Paul.
Okay. You're
You
left.
should be,
Truck left, yeah.
I
you
can
should
see
be alright
boxes
getting
though.
back up the hill, Paul, right?
Yeah. Chips with meat on top and melted cheese and salad and sauce. I mean, I'd eat that, Butler. Whether it was called caps lock on or not.
Can you possibly reverse down to the outrigger?
Yep.
Don't know. Oh, you will get that. Okay, whatever.
You need to think how to order that in the States. I mean, getting a Deliveroo from the Netherlands to America.
Good luck.
I mean, that might cost a few quid or dollars.
Get to the chopper!
If you can, you should take a look, Paul. Really wonder what you think about it. This is the picture. Very delicious.
I'll have a look when I can, Butler. I've got a tab out. Click your link. That'll open my browser and fire up all my other tabs. That's what's gonna happen. I'll have a look shortly.
So, Tom, I don't know if you want to try and grab a single metal beam from where we've just come from.
Well, whose
the
beams are
warehouse?
this?
Yeah.
Whose are these beams then?
Those are Tom's beams.
So you're saying we need one more?
Yep.
Well, how many have you got, Sammy?
One.
Are we lose one or something?
No.
But why are we one short then?
Because I only brought one.
He took wood or something.
We did explain all of this.
You're going to get
I
one
was
from the
going to say,
bottom
I
of the hill,
spent
right?
20 litres of fuel explaining all of this before. Oh, look at that face.
You don't have the fuel to explain it again?
No, it's 20 litres. He's bringing wood and then there's some metal nearby that he's going to go back down the hill for. Was that it?
There we go. Well
But
done,
you're already
you-
at the bottom of the hill, so grab it.
Yeah, but I'm full.
Tom's not.
Tom's not at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, Tom had to recover because he.
Wait, why did he recover?
Because every
Because
time
you
we
took my
put him...
metal.
Yeah.
Sorry, say it again.
Because you took my metal beams.
Yeah, but why couldn't you just flip your truck over and pick up the other metal?
Because every time we flipped him up, he teleported back to where he was.
Okay.
This was all discussed in this room. I mean, come on. What do you think?
Well,
You're some sort of streamer or something? You've got alternative focuses? I mean, come on.
I couldn't see his teleportation going on. I couldn't see that shenanigans.
Yeah, I got him on his wheels like 3 times, and 3 times he just teleported back.
Fantastic netcode. The world persistence across MP is on a par with Farm Sim. How much is a litre of petrol in the UK? I don't know, £1.20-ish, probably. It actually got down to under £1 a litre, right in the middle of Corona, when the
first
demand was all
lockdown,
gone. It went down to under £1 a litre, which we haven't seen for years.
It was wonderful.
And then very quickly it went back up to 110, then 120. And if you went to a motorway, it's probably like 130 something.
Oh, sorry, Paul, I didn't see you there.
I know. You should put your lights on. Oh, wait, you're just blind.
No, it's because your lights weren't on. The rear of your load wasn't marked as well it was.
Oh, sorry, Sammy, I didn't see you here.
My lights
Yeah, but
are
my
on.
lights are on.
Mine are on. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to Fresh Kid. Fresh Kid J, welcome. Judge Foxy, thanks for gifting a sub to Scotty. Thank you for 27 months, Scotty.
I'm going to grab the last wood.
So 1 beam, 2 wood, job done.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I think Tom and Pups has got.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood's just where the trader store is, just down the road from there, where we tried to pick Tom up from.
Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen all
Why are all these missions huge?
Yeah, Bill's house, Stevenson's house, like all these people who want logs delivering. And then the other 2 are on the other map. Right, we'll do Destination Sawmill. How about that one?
Really?
What?
Are you feeling brave or stupid?
4 medium logs and 2 long logs. I mean, it's got to happen at some point.
Sammy, can you drive down the lane? You just come back on and flip me back on my wheels, please. I may have hit a boulder that I didn't see, and I'm kind of flipped.
You got that just before I hit the recover button. You realised that,
also.
didn't you?
I know. I looked on the map. I was like, please still be close by.
Like literally, I was hovering.
I was like, quick, let me check the map. I need to see if he's nearby.
The log station on this map, Paul. Is there enough to do that?
I don't know. I was just thinking about something professional driver who now needs recovering.
Oh, okay. You were doing the trolley thing rather than the getting on with the work thing. Okay.
I was reversing.
Well, you did flip it, didn't you?
Yep.
You're never ever meant. If ever you roll a truck, you're never meant to see all 8 wheels at the same time.
The log station can produce infinite numbers of logs.
Yeah, just be careful when you go to that one, though, Paul. It's like, to get to it, you have to go on ice.
Well, somebody was asking a question about how many logs.
Thank you, Summer.
I'm thinking that if we go to the other map and grab the logging equipment, then come through the teleport that's up by the log station.
Right, medium logs we can get from the one near the garage. Just down the road from the warehouse.
Sammy, that teleport where the log station is on this map is locked, and I don't know why.
I think we've got to deliver something to it.
I found it, and it just says it's locked.
Oh, okay. Is this going to be...
We can do medium easy. Long is a bit of a pain.
Oh, wow. That gateway is... The mission is this side, Pups.
What's it? What? I don't even. Do I want to know?
It just says rockfall in the ravine. I'm assuming that we
Okay.
need to bring it something, but to get to it from this end is a nightmare.
Cool.
So what are you doing, Paul? You're
Basically, medium logs from the log station near the garage. So the warehouse up the road from the garage, keep going to the east and you'll see the log station. There's medium logs. We need to move 4 of them to the sawmill. And then we need to get the long logs from the log station there, pups.
but isn't that path very treacherous? Well, like none of us have never been down that path.
Yeah, which is why we're going in a Caterpillar with a log thing on the back.
Okay, you're going to still meet one in.
Hoping that we can make it so. It's definitely tricky, but you know.
If anything can do it, that caterpillar can.
What model is that cat again? Is it the 745?
745.
C, I think it is on the end.
You grab that one, Sammy.
Yeah, I got it.
Came out of the garage, flew around the corner, was not expecting to see a cat.
All right then. Rick, thank you for 65 months. Mud? What mud?
Can you attach like a long log trailer to that thing?
Nope. No trailer attachment.
Reinstalling Mudrun at Infernal. It's a cool truck, yeah, it is. Right, this is where we have to start getting clever. Presume we can somehow get around this way. Crumbs on the floor. Thank you for 20 months. 20 months of crumbs on the floor. Should really get a Henry. Could go straight on along the coast where there's another road up, or we could duck up here. Not been this way, so I don't know which is better. What do you reckon? Left or right?
I mean, the road that leads up to where I think we're going doesn't come from here, does it? It comes from the island in the middle. So it's whether you think we can scout around that mud line or not.
Let's go with this one first then. That's the problem with this way. The front end of the cat gets stuck. You don't like electric cars? They are boring. What aspects of an electric car is boring? Pizza, kebab, or Chinese for tea? Oof.
Kebab.
I would say either kebab or Chinese. Doesn't sound like a Dodge
Did you go straight or?
What? Where have you gone? Yeah, just turn right there and just keep down the side of that house.
Okay.
They go straight through there. Well, it might not sound like a Dodge Challenger, but it'll leave a Dodge Challenger in its wake, won't it?
I still don't think electric cars is the way to go.
Hydrogen.
I mean, the audio might be boring compared to a Dodge Challenger, but when you can do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, that's not really boring. In fact, that's probably near terrifying. What happens to hydrogen fuel cells? Some of the manufacturers are working on hydrogen.
No, they're not, From. Electric cars are not gonna solve the problem we have right now. Yes, you're not digging up fossil fuels, but yes, you're spending more money producing electricity to charge all the electric cars, which we want to cut down on in the first place.
Well, it depends which way you look at it, Pups. Like, in terms of emissions, if you're looking at it from an emissions perspective, if you slap up solar panels and wind turbines and use that to generate electricity to charge electric cars to drive around, it's zero emission. It's completely green. However,
To make them,
to make all the batteries, you need to dig up the ground, and that's where you're not exactly green. Because the power that you use to dig up all this stuff and smelt it in a furnace is not coming from green power. So it really depends on how you want to look at it. Sammy, do you want to go back the same way, or do you want to try the other route, or what?
Why are you suggesting that we swap sides?
I asked if you wanted to go via the other way, that was all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, let's go back. The way here seemed fine, didn't it? So let's go back that way.
Let me... So I need to go to the saw... Oh, hang on. The sawmill. Do you reckon there's a way...
Yeah, I wonder if we ought to turn right.
I don't know about that. There's a bit going up that ramp.
There's not actually a path that goes up there yet, so I don't know if Pups had tried that route yet, or...
what way are we looking?
The sawmill. Like, can you come in from the east?
So, looking at your map now, where your dot is, do not go up that way because it's basically a rock climb.
That's what it kind of looked like. So I guess we've got to go via the concrete plant somewhere. Unless you can see a different way in.
Well, the only route that I've taken before is on the bridge to the concrete station, take the right through the small trees, and then sort of cut through where that brick house is, and then in that way. But I've never really been successful at either way.
It's pretty inaccessible, this sawmill.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I know that first way is a rock climb, but I just wonder how we'll get on. I know we haven't got exactly the best tyres for rock climbing, but...
What you mean is electric cars are too quiet. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, Chili Blast, is your assertion was electric cars are boring. I asked you what it is that's boring about them. You said they don't sound like a Dodge Challenger. I said to you, yes, on an audio, if you look at it from an audio point of view, electric cars are boring. I agree with you, but that doesn't mean electric cars are boring, because an electric car can out-accelerate a Dodge Challenger no problem at all. It'll never be able to compete with an electric car. Even a Model 3 will out-accelerate it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if I was in a drag race and I had to choose a V8 or an electric car, I'd choose electric. Because they can get all their power down in one go.
Not for a short distance at all. What do you mean for a short distance? Like, you can more than break the speed limit. And you still won't be anywhere near an electric car. There's so many videos on YouTube of, like, Tesla Model 3s just out-accelerating Porsches. And they'll do it all the way up to, like, 120. And then, you know, the Porsche starts catching it up. At which point, you've already lost your license anyway, so who cares? So practically speaking, the electric car you're going to have way more fun in. Because really, on the roads, it's not about top speed. It's about acceleration. You know, that's where the fun is anyway, really. Not in going super quick.
Also, electric cars are not trash for normal life. Like, most people in their normal life are not going to go on, like, 200-300 mile road trips. It's going to be used to go in and around town, go and see family and friends, which a range on an electric car now is fine.
What is this? There's, like, somebody analysed it, and, you know, most people don't go more than 20 miles in a journey. Like, they're generally short trips, what you do, unless you're like a sales rep or something. Did you go this way, son?
Yeah. I do worry about whether we're going to be able to get back up onto that cliff that we came here on, though.
Wow. Yeah.
The long schnoz is not helping, is it?
No, if we'd have come in from the water side, though, it would have been fine. But currently, I can't do very much. Hold on, let me try and see if I can get around that way. Uh-oh, getting water damage.
Sorry, the handbrake didn't work at all.
You could replicate the pulling power of a diesel on an electric, you just need to customise the gearbox. Because that's all that's doing it for like diesel powered trucks and stuff. Their torque is their gearbox, because the gearbox is designed to deliver enough torque to get it moving.
I can winch onto you and you can pull your nose up, as it were.
Yeah, but would you drive 23 hours just to go to the next province?
It seems to be stuck up against the wall.
Yeah, your right side's stuck, basically. What you've done is like, pull me to you. Okay, let's put the full.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. Like, they can. It's just the way the car's going to be set up. Normally it just comes down to what gearbox is in the car.
Yay. That was
Yay.
fun. Coming back along the coast might be better.
Yeah, we've got to do this trip twice, haven't we?
No?
I'm going to grab one long log from where I was based. Driving it all the way back's gonna be fun. That mission we're working on just needs Tom to deliver the metal beam, I think it is. There's some amazing electric cars out there. If I had to buy an electric car, it certainly won't be a Tesla, that's for sure.
I have the best power charging network though.
That's true.
Dummy Monk, thank you very much for 4 years.
That's another thing, ain't it? Like, you need the infrastructure. Like, for electric cars to become a thing, you need the infrastructure to be there.
Well, there's like 25-30% of the population rely on a power charging network because they don't live in a property where they can, you know, park their car out the front and charge it overnight. They just don't. They live in apartments, flats, like terraced houses where there's no parking at the front. There's all kinds of situations where they cannot charge at home, so they have to have a charging network.
Unless you want to charge on a plug pole, would take like 18 hours.
Yeah, Greg, it's I think their build quality is getting better and better and better. Like, they're having to rapidly catch up on not having built cars for decades like a lot of the other manufacturers, so that's something they're sorting out.
What's that company, Paul, that was on the long way up?
Oh, begins with an R. They make the Jeeps, don't they? Not Radical.
Yeah.
What are they called? Rivian, that was it.
I would so love to like go and see a proper one because they just had the prototype, didn't they?
Yeah. They literally wired that together for them quickly.
Yeah.
Mr.
Like,
Black.
it didn't even have a dash, did it?
No, it just had these buttons and wires hanging out. And then they had to like come and update the software at one point manually. Blackbird, thank you for 74 months. Pug with 3 years. Thank you, mate. 3 fantastic years. Thank you.
I wonder how much a base like a standard one of them costs.
Did you decide on a route, Paul, or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much down over the bridge and then hook a right and see what happens. Then we're into Wingit territory.
I'm tempted to try this path.
What, the one that Pup said don't go up because that's rocks?
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly spawn a fuel. DMCA hype. I'm a showcase a nice Rivian competitor in the SUV market.
The Rivian also has that feature where like you can tow it for like, what was it, like a mile or something, and it would charge its batteries up to like a quarter or something.
Yeah.
But they're not cheap to buy.
Oh. Biggest nemesis to these vehicles are giant rocks. They're still Whiteland, 91 months. Only 9 before a massive milestone. Dude. Who was it who was in here yesterday did a 91 month? I remember thinking it was only, you know, later this year they'll hit 100. Triple digits. That is huge. I don't know, I think 26 months. Ben L, doing well, thank you. When's the next Starship launch? Like test? Do we know?
Probably next week.
I just, honestly, I really want to see that thing take off, hover and land. Like, I'm so hyped for it happening.
Because I don't tend to do them on a weekend, so it'll be during the week. Yeah, I'm like, I want, like, I've seen it explode twice now. I want to see it land.
Yeah, I was hoping it would land last time, but wasn't to be.
They just need to get it to where the engines fire properly, Paul, when it needs to land. That's all they need to do.
Yep, big rocks are definitely the nemesis of this thing. They're the kryptonite.
Do you need a tow?
There is nothing to winch onto. And the tyres are just spinning on the rock.
Yeah, I saw that, Whiteland.
One of the tyres is wedged in between two big rocks now.
Oh well, you're quite a way back. I'll try and come down.
Hang on. Oh. I got it, I think. Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Well, when I got stuck, I had the diff lock on, but with changing gears backwards and forwards, the diff lock switches on.
Low, Alex.
Why is this game like save every 5 seconds? Every time it saves, it caused my game to stutter, and I swear to God, it's saved 3 times in the last 2 minutes. Is it every time somebody does something, it just goes, oh, save?
Well, it saved after I loaded a set of long locks to bring down to you guys.
Just so no need for it to save all every 5 seconds. Yeah, always at the most inconvenient moments.
Yeah, electric engines, like electric cars, don't work well in the cold. I agree with that statement.
Which is interesting because Norway has gone like all in on electric, but yet they've got the issues of cold batteries. I mean, I know Tesla's like they can plug them in, you can precondition the batteries and keep them warm, but it's quite ironic that like one of the colder countries has gone in on electric.
It made me laugh on the long way up when they was like getting what, like 100 miles, and then they got into a warm area, it's like 200-300 miles on a charge.
Yeah.
And they was like, wait, cold affects batteries?
I know, right? I couldn't believe that. I genuinely couldn't believe he was saying that. You're on the long way around. You've gone with electric bikes. You're driving all the way through South America, and when you get into the cold areas, you're like, wait, batteries affected by the cold?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. What?
I was watching it going, like just face palming going, isn't that common knowledge?
I genuinely thought pretty much most people know that. Did you recover something or?
No, because it's your truck, but I'm just interested. I drove past a path on the way here, and it seems to go up first, but I'm wondering if it goes up and then comes down again.
Right.
Like maybe there's a path that isn't obvious on the map.
TCS Nico, thank you for 25 months. The upside is you can heat your car per app and you don't have the problem starting your diesel.
Can't you do that on normal cars anyway? Like some of the more fancier ones, like have an app and say preheat the car to something.
I watched a video on YouTube of a guy who's like, he goes out testing different electric cars in extreme temperatures. And he drove this Tesla Model 3, I think it was. Somewhere in... Is he in Norway or Sweden? Anyway, it was minus 25 outside. It was cold. And he wanted to basically spend the night in his Tesla. So he charged the thing up at the garage and then drove off like 15 miles into the middle of nowhere. And then just basically like filmed himself in the car going, right, so outside now it's minus 24 and dropping. Inside the car, you know, I don't want it at 21, it's a bit too hot, so I've just got it at like 18 Celsius, which is like a nice temperature. And it also, on the display, shows you the temperature of the batteries, and the batteries are running at like 6 Celsius at this point. And then he said what happens is with the Tesla is when the outside temperature goes down, it maintains the batteries. It uses power to maintain the batteries at around 3 Celsius.
Yeah.
Because that's like, they've worked it out to be like the optimum minimum. So you use the least energy to heat the batteries. But the batteries don't get so cold that they become inefficient. So it's, you know, at the bottom of a curve somewhere, I guess. And then he basically, he slept through the night. Like, he woke up and, to be fair, he'd put some insulation on the windows. So he bought those, you know, those screens that you put up for when it's really hot and sunny to reflect the sun.
Foil, basically.
Effectively, yeah. And they make a huge difference when you're doing what he did, which is sleeping in your car in an extreme environment. Like, the amount of energy that's saved the Tesla is unreal. So he put these things up and slept through the night, woke up, and he still had loads of battery life left. The temperature in the car had maintained 19 Celsius all night. The batteries were still at like 3.5 Celsius. Like, the whole thing was fine. The front window, where he'd had the insulation up and stuff, was looking fine. The side windows had like basically frozen over on the outside, due to like insulation and stuff. At the back of the car, near where the back seats are, there's a footwell behind the back seat, and he'd left a bottle of water in it. Then he showed you it was solid. This bottle of water was frozen solid, and that was inside the car, but it was in the footwell, and the Tesla doesn't basically air condition that part of the boot. Yeah. So it was fantastic. So anyway, he got out of the car and he was like, oh my God, it's freezing. And he did that thing where he, oh, that was it. He had a flask of water and he boiled it, and then he threw the flask outside and it all vaporized and stuff, just to prove it was like stupidly cold. But he'd survived the night in minus 25 temperatures in his Tesla. And it was just like, wow, that's really cool. But yeah, there's a video on YouTube, and he does it with other cars as well to see how they perform. What I like about the Tesla, it's got a dog mode on it. Have you seen that?
No.
So if you've got a pet dog, right, and let's say it's like a really hot day or a really cold day, doesn't matter. You got a dog in the car, and you go and you pull up at the shops, and you basically put the car into dog mode, and it knows that there's a dog in the car. So what it does is it maintains the climate control. And also, I think it still has like camera alerts on. If people get nearby, I think it says something like, oh, there's a dog in the car. So it knows there's a dog in the car. But basically, it doesn't let the dog get too hot or too cold. It just maintains the whole climate control. Even when you go shopping, it's great. Oh, that's it. It puts a message on that's it. It puts a message on the screen saying like dog mode or something. There's a dog in the car. But yeah, it's like entirely dog friendly. Yeah, that's it. They do that so that so people coming past don't think that you've left a dog in the car and the dog's suffering. So they put a message on the screen to say like, you know, it's fine. the dog's being looked after. Here's the temperature.
That's cool.
It's a good idea. So you're saying it'd be okay to leave your dog in the car in the middle of summer? No, you can. I don't know how long it lasts, but what I'm saying is the car, as long as there's battery life, the car will look after the dog. That's what I'm saying. Where are you, Sommy?
I'm just down at the start of that concrete bit, but I've slipped off the side at the very beginning.
Oh. Oh, I see, yeah. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Oh, do you need me to drag
Just
another
about
vehicle
recovered
over?
it.
So did you find a better way up to the sawmill, or?
The way I went up was relatively okay once you got over the bit that's displayed as a boulder. It was a little bit of a jiggly thing to get over it, but I didn't find it difficult. And I was there a good minute before you arrived, sort of thing. But there isn't really another path, if that makes sense. It's just
Yeah. I'll give it a whirl. I might try going back the coastal way to see what that's like.
okay.
I'll sit here and wait for you.
I'm just at that uphill bit at the end of the cliff.
Teslas are kind of nice in winter. They heat up really fast compared to diesel. Oh, diesels in winter are a nightmare for that because they're so efficient. They don't generate huge amounts of heat as a side effect. So it takes quite a while for you to defrost the car. It was like my petrol car can defrost the windows super quick because it wastes energy. Yeah, but Gwethian, what does that remind you of? That whole universal standard for car charging connectors. What does that remind you
Phone
of?
chargers.
Phone chargers in the 90s. It's exactly what it is. You give it about 10 years and there'll be like standards for it. We'll have the USB-C equivalent of the electric car charge.
That's the great thing about standards. There's so many of them.
Yep.
I mean, the headache that me and you had over the damn GoPro connectors.
Oh yeah. They're just
Did you
yeah.
actually sort that in the end?
No.
Did the right cable arrive?
It doesn't do it. It doesn't pass through the charging properly. I have no idea why. Yes and no, Whiteland. Like Tesla does what Apple do, but that's because Tesla are way in front of most others. But I get what you're saying, but a lot of the other cars don't necessarily have standard. Like there's at least 3 or 4 other types of connector, and it depends on how much power your car can take as well.
Yeah, like I think it's got to the point where some electric car manufacturers actually give you the other adapters.
Yeah, they give you loads of adapters for it. It's nuts. Downside of Teslas, the dash is ugly. Well, it's minimalist to the extreme, isn't it? The new one, the new model S dashboard, actually has a display behind the wheel. That's a lot better.
Oh,
Thanks for the cutscene.
Please don't tell me I just crashed into a wall because of the cutscene.
0 warning cutscene.
Oops.
49 grand. Wow.
Is Alex joining today, man?
He is
supposed to
now,
be.
I believe.
I don't know. I've not heard him in the scene.
If he's around, I'm out.
Yeah, I agree, Matty. Like, Teslas are a bit too minimal for me. Having to go in via, like, an app on my screen just to open the glove box, that would annoy me. But it's things like climate control as well. Like, you have to use everything on the screen all the time.
Yeah. Even the windscreen wipers.
It's
Like, they
just
could have
annoying.
just had, like, a stick behind the wheel like every other car. Like, you have to do it on a touch screen. which is all you want to be doing. Like it suddenly chucks down with rain, and you're fiddling around on your touch screen trying to get your windscreen wipers to go.
Yep, that's just stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is with like auto wipers, the slightest bit of water, it's just going to go off.
I mean, my car is auto wipe. I've had auto wipe on a few cars, and they're never perfect. They work most of the time. They do the right thing, but it's when you've got like annoying bit of fine drizzle that doesn't warrant having the wiper on, or like the car in front decides to wash his windscreen, the water lands on your car, and your wipers start going.
My record is 7 on the motorway.
7 what?
I've washed my windows and it's activated the 6 cars behind me.
Lol.
Not that I do that as a game. Yeah, this doesn't look like a great angle. Oh, actually.
A bit of encouragement. It's the tyre grip on the rock. That's the hard bit.
Or lack thereof.
I don't like the angle you've got there. I mean, I can pull you, but I don't like that angle. Stop saving my game! Twice! In the last 100 meters.
Maybe that was me going to the garage.
If that saved you going to the garage, Tom, that's amazing.
It did.
That's actually amazing.
Anything that happens, it just saves.
Okay, we're switching out.
Okay, no. Thanks for playing, Tom.
Thanks for the
Thanks
game.
for finishing the gold mine, Tom.
One team.
I hope you got plenty of gold.
So, Paul, what did you do differently?
He's just a better driver, Simon.
Professional driver. I drove at it to try and get the snout over on the rock, and then get the front wheels to contact the rock, and then the diff lock just basically then got me off. You got to be diff locked all the way through it. Yeah, a bit like that, and then just drive, wiggle, and it grabs.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, just kind of bites.
I was coming in too shallow. I had to actually sort of turn at the last moment.
Let's save again.
I've only just noticed, but it makes this game like freeze for a second when it saves.
My game literally like stutters, and if you're in the middle of something important, it's really annoying. I don't mind it too much, apart from the frequency
That did not sound good.
of it. Are those log recoverable? They are, aren't they?
As long as I get pulled straight up, it would work.
Okay, so if I just bring a crane over.
I was nowhere near the edge. I don't understand.
Well, I've already had one of those today. Thank you, Captain Flint. Have we all had a tumble today?
Yes.
The amusing thing is I'm still running.
Are you just at the right angle or something? Saving?
Why is it saving so
I
much?
don't know, dude. This is ridiculous.
I feel like it never used to save as much as it does now.
It's like an option I can change to stop it doing this. At this URL, thank you for 73 minutes. Time for the prof crane. God, I suppose I've got to drag Alex down at some point, haven't I?
Oh, do you have to?
Oh. Let's just give it another minute.
Can we give it another 5?
Let's save again.